Okay, you guys, so cornering and braking, two of the biggest, most important things for riding. Who had trouble coming around this corner right here? Anybody? Just go straight? Okay? Yeah, me too. All right. You almost went over. That's good. Then that's what we're over that. Cool. So I'm going to hand it over to Katie, and we're going to work on a couple things, do some demos, and then we'll stay here for just a little while and just kind of go up and down this road. All right, Katie, it's all you.
So before we work on a couple specific corner drills, I just wanted to explain a little bit about body positioning because there's a few basic things you can do that will help you a lot. So first of all, you wanna Ariba's gonna hold my bike for me. So one thing I noticed quite a bit just on that last bit is there's a lot of on the flat bits when you're just going straight down the trail there's a bunch of there's a lot of sitting on the seat, first of all, so and dropping your pedal in spots where maybe you're just going straight or you're not making a corner or anything. So when you're going, it's different when you're going uphill, but when you're going downhill, one thing I want you guys to focus on is try and stand up. So stand up and keep your feet in a 50-50 position. So when you're in a 50-50 position, you're much more balanced on your bike. You can let your bike do its thing. As soon as you drop your foot, your whole balance on your bike is totally off, and you're gonna tip over, like I was about to right now.
I got
just doing like that, even though she's holding my bike, I've got way more control. So first things first, we're gonna try and work on standing up and keeping a 50-50 position. Another thing I want you guys to work on is opening up your body position. So it seems kind of counterintuitive to stand nice and wide on your bike. You think that if you're nice and narrow and compact, you're going to be more stable. But as soon as you widen up, you're going to have a lot more control. So when I ride downhill, I ride with my hands at the end of my bars so that I know the width of my bars, and I rotate my hands in a little bit, so I got my brakes here, and I put my elbows out. So as soon as my elbows are out, I'm much more stable. If you want to do that.
Does anyone know how to do a push-up?
Volunteer, please.
Who wants to volunteer to do a push-up for me and show me how amazing you are at doing a push-up? You got the MVP award. Come on. Leave your helmet on. Leave your helmet on.
I'm my own most valuable player.
So I got that might be the part of the day. So Bert, tell me your name.
Meredith, but my dad calls me Special.
Okay, she's really going for the award. Okay, so Special here. First is going to do a narrow grip push-up. So about shoulder width apart or a little closer. Okay? So she's going to get in the push-up position and just stay there. So go ahead and do a push-up and come up.
Tricep push-up.
Now I'm going to push you.
Okay, I'm good, everyone.
Now, I want you to do a wide grip push-up.
Push her now!
Okay? I want you to do the position that Katie was talking about. Elbows out. Elbows out and wide. And bend them. Come up and stop halfway. At the bend. Stop. I can't push her over. Seriously, I can't push her over. Okay, so one more drill with Special here. Same thing applies to your lower body. I want you to stand about pedal width apart. Okay, like that with your feet kind of straight. I'm going to push you again. Okay, now I want you to stand with your knees apart and bent. You're still on your pedals, but you're bent and your knees come out, away from the bike. So you're still pedal width with like your bike on your bicycle, but knees are out and bent. So knees come out.
It's athletic position.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to push you. Okay, you guys get the idea? Yeah. So we are way more stable on our bikes. Wide, push up, and if you're narrow, Katie's going to come push you over. If you're narrow and your joints are locked and you're straight, we're going to push you over. So if you don't want to be pushed over, thank you. Okay, so that's a really good example. So if we say push-up position or athletic position, that's what it is. It's really get active with the bike. And it helps the bike move around, traction, all these things, braking, everything. Okay.
A lot of these movements are just coming from your hips, so when you're standing up, you can make all these small adjustments. The majority, when you're riding your bike, especially if you're going downhill on a slope like this, the majority of your weight is in your feet. Like when I ride, I barely hold on to my grips. Like I could like pretty much go like that on my grips. That's how loose they are on my bars there, or my grips I should say. The majority is just right in your feet because it's driving right through your bottom bracket, which is this part right here, and that's what keeps you like grounded. That's a little too much information, but anyway.
Any questions on that stuff, you guys? The body position?
How low, when you're floating, like how extended your knees are when you're on that position floating?
The question is, how bent are your knees when you're kind of in a coasting riding position, your feet are at 9 to 3?
So it totally depends. Like if I'm like on something like this where it's smoother and like there's not too much technical stuff, I'll be like my knees will be bent, but they're not going to be like bent like that. You can think of your legs as suspension. So as soon as you start to go into something technical and you basically these are travel. So if you're going through something technical, you can use your legs to work through your travel there.
Oh my goodness.
So you want to adapt your movement to the trail. Like that, I think we're a little bit too much information right now. We can work on specifics as we break into groups, but yeah, you can just adapt to the terrain.
So just to Katie's point, you're not staying in one position all the time. Nothing's rigid. It's all moving, going with the trail, you know, up and down, bending, instead of being really rigid. So it does adapt to the trail.
When you do that, you absorb the trail too. So when you hit things, it's not going to just like buck you and send you this way and that way. You're absorbing it, and you'll find that you get away with a lot more, which would otherwise put you on the ground.